we have the X-Men Avengers Doomsday teaser breakdown. It's going to be a long video, but let's just see what he has to say. Boom.
Greatest Marvel shots that we have got, like, to this day. Cyclops taking off his visor, screaming, shooting his optic blasts out while Sentinels walk in the background. Absolutely and crazy. What is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Epic day today. The X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailer got released online. And if you have not been keeping up and this is your first time seeing this trailer and you're wondering what is going on, yes, the original Fox X-Men with most of the original cast, if not, like pretty much all the original cast, is returning. They are going to be in the MCU.
I hope
they are going to be in Avengers Doomsday. What a time to be alive for Marvel fans right now. We're going to break down this trailer. It's so crazy that they don't give you that much, but they also give you so much at the same time. There are a lot of questions that we have about this trailer. A lot of questions that lead to some really cool theories that could actually tie into Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's a chance. We're looking at Sadie Sink's character because this right here is showing us that Doom has attacked the X Mansion. Some people believe that this could be perhaps maybe some point back in time, showing us the past of the X-Men that we probably don't know, because you have to remember the Days of Future Past happened and they essentially created a new timeline, or just a new future for the X-Men, one where Cyclops is alive and he doesn't die. So we have a whole kind of different universe with a whole different history that we don't know about for the X-Men. There is a chance that this could be the Sentinels attacking and everything could be about their past and Sentinels attacking at one point in time, but I don't believe that is so, because we've actually heard reports, we've heard plenty of reports for a while now, that Doom actually uses the Sentinels, or perhaps uses Doombots, but these look like Sentinels, uses Sentinels to attack the X Mansion, and that is exactly what we are seeing here. And we've seen tons of leaked photos from Unbox PhD, who was there on set with a drone, taking photos of what seems to be probably the backyard of the X Mansion that has destroyed Sentinel pieces everywhere. And it looks like Cyclops pops off and perhaps destroys at least a couple of them, because we can see a couple of them in this shot. 2 legs walking on the left, 2 legs walking on the right. What's interesting is it does appear that the legs on the right could be possibly walking away from him.
Yeah,
or just standing there looking at him. But there's pretty big reasons for everything in this. But let's break this trailer down from the beginning. There's a lot to have to do with Doctor Doom, a lot to do with Cyclops, and specifically why Doctor Doom is coming there. But let's break down the X-Men's return. So, like I mentioned, this could tie into Spider-Man, so keep that in mind as we go through this. But starting at what appears to be the top floor, we can see that there's damage, and this is important. We can see that there's damage, but the building is still standing, right? The school is still there. It doesn't seem like it's completely destroyed, because in the Cyclops shot, it does look like everything is destroyed. But based on the leaked photos that we've seen and based on kind of the railings that we can see in here, I actually think this is the backyard. This is the back. I don't think the entire X Mansion gets destroyed. At least I hope not. And if it does, I hope not a lot of mutants that we like are in it, at least, because it doesn't look like they might survive that. But the first, we go to the second floor. Sorry, it looks like this is the second floor. It's still intact, but you can see that it's messed up, right? There's damage done to it. And then we go to the first floor and we can see that there's the broken sign for Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. There's damage everywhere. So it does look like something happened inside the school. And that is probably Doom. There seems to be a big theme of Doom kind of wanting children, or at least children is a pretty big theme. And we've actually heard parenthood or fatherhood is going to be a pretty big theme of the movie as well. So we already know that he wants Franklin Richards, the son of Sue Storm and Reed Richards. And then we got a trailer for Thor that shows us his daughter, Love, in Captain America, that shows us his child. So there seems to be, you know, a child theme for these teasers that we've gotten so far. Perhaps Doctor Doom is after one specific gifted youngster at this school. And I'm thinking that it's probably the daughter, could be the son, but probably the daughter of Cyclops and Jean Grey. Because keep in mind, their kids, whether that is, Cable or their daughters,
Jean?
And we're getting into separate timelines and all that stuff as well, but their kids can possess the Phoenix Force, which I think is probably what Doctor Doom wants, because he's after, if you think about it, just massive power, right? That's what Franklin Richard has. He has the power cosmic, right? Love, she has the power of eternity. And imagine trying to get the child with a Phoenix Force that he could control, right? Because in theory, he could control these kids more easily than he could, Cyclops, right? Cyclops is going to fight back.
Yeah.
Not that the kids won't, but it's easier to defeat a kid than it is a grown-up. So we don't know exactly what happened, but I do believe that Doom has entered the school and has possibly taken his child, Cyclops' child, or killed someone close to Cyclops, and that's why Cyclops is just yelling. It looks like he is yelling in pain. Obviously, it's anger as well. And as he shoots his optic blast, it looks like something happened. Somebody died, perhaps, to a Sentinel to make him just go completely insane. Which I'm here for, because it's like one of the best shots that we've ever got. So we can see that there's damage to the X Mansion.
He could have killed Jean.
And again, we don't know the exact events that have happened because of Days of Future Past, and we don't know how Marvel's going to play this anyways. But we see Professor X in his military uniform, which we actually saw pretty recently in X-Men 97. So it actually is accurate. Actually, it's comic accurate. They're using the old, using the floating yellow one, so they can distinguish this from Multiverse of Madness, right? Because Professor X died in Multiverse of Madness. There's probably a decent chance he's going to die in this as well, as much as I don't want him to. I'm tired of seeing him die on screen. But they want to differentiate, hey, this isn't related to dying, right? Because of the whole multiverse, but it's not the same universe from Multiverse of Madness. Completely different Professor Xavier. It's the original chair that he actually had. So this is telling us this is the original X-Men, the ones that you know from the early 2000s. So we see him, and then we see his good friend Magneto. And Magneto does seem to be in a almost a classic outfit as well. You can see the purple under what looks to be kind of like a robe or something. So under that, it does seem like he is wearing kind of a classic Magneto outfit. Haven't seen the helmet. I'm sure they're saving that for the movie.
Accurate.
But can't wait to see it. But I love this right here because I love
the
two of them holding hands.
With the hair.
In the background here on the windows, it does seem like there is something glowing. It does seem to be like fire in the background. So I'm wondering right now, because we've heard reports that Magneto has actually established a Genosha in this timeline, in their universe. That might be the case. So if there were any people there in the X Mansion, perhaps they got them out and took them to Genosha. And this might actually be where people are meeting to prepare to go and fight against Doom, perhaps preparing to go to the 616 universe and track him down. Because clearly the building here is abandoned. There's lots of damage done to it. So I think the Sentinels have already attacked. The X Mansion has survived. And now they're kind of regrouping to decide what to do. Magneto joins the fight if he wasn't there before. And that's him actually giving the monologue the entire time. Death comes for us all. And in that line, I think death is Doctor Doom.
Time travel.
So I love the scene of them holding hands because there's one thing you have to remember is yes, they are enemies at times. And we don't know the history of this universe, but they are friends. Like one of my favorite scenes is actually from the old X-Men where freaking Professor X dies. And right before he dies, Magneto's looking at him. He's like, Charles. Because, they're enemies, but he still loves him. They're still great friends. That's why I love that scene. And I love this scene right here. It gives me the same vibes. So perhaps it's empty because people are at Genosha. And I think this could be them preparing for battle or getting ready to at least discuss what they need to do.
Thank you, Cosmic Wonder. So we have theories about Doom is after Cyclops' children, or could be after Jean, or why he rages is because Jean's dead. Maybe Doom kills Jean and sets the Sentinels to destroy the X Mansion. That could be a theory. That's a theory. Magneto and Professor X may be planning to time travel to the MCU universe, which would be pretty cool. And that's all we've got so far. But from what we see, from what I've heard, Avengers Doomsday is going to be 3 hours and 45 minutes. So, yeah, that'd be cool. But, don't know, it's not for definite, but that'll be pretty cool. But, that's all we know. Gotta see the Doom, I think it's Doom trailer next week. So, stay tuned.